Good afternoon, everyone. We're here today to answer your questions. Thanks for sending them in. We really appreciate it. We had a few things to go over. Some of the questions that came in, and what we just want to clarify first and foremost is that we are open. So if you need to be seen, if you need to come in for a chiropractic or you need to come in for a checkup, please call us. We're happy to help. We're still doing our distance appointments as well. So if you prefer to stay home and just call in, then Emily and I can talk to you about your concerns. We can help you with your program. We can't muscle test over the phone, but we can use our vast knowledge and give you advice, either for something you should change in your program, something new you can do, or different things that you can add in from a lifestyle standpoint. We're getting awesome results that way, so don't hesitate. If you need help, please reach out. That's what we're here for. And we also wanted to mention that if you do have orders, either you already needed an order or you find something today after our discussion that you want to get from us, if you can send it to our front desk email, it's our appointments email. We're going to put it in the comments after this video. But if you just email in your order, what you're looking for, then Kirsten or Wendy will get back to you right away, make sure that we're set up with payment and get that out to you immediately. We can have the curbside pickup. You can come in and get it once it's put together, or we're happy to put it in the mail for you tonight. All right, that's the nuts and bolts we wanted to go over first and foremost. We're social distancing. That's why we're in this weird far apart configuration. All right, the other thing we wanted to go over is if you will share this video with your friends, put it in a comment, let us know you're here, and then let us know you shared it. Then we will be raffling off, everyone that does that, will be raffling off an amazing gift basket worth 50 bucks of good stuff, but it's your choice, whatever you want, $50 worth of whatever you want from the retail area. So anyway, that's a sweet hookup, so don't forget to do that. All right, I'm gonna let Emily start. Let's see, we're gonna one at a time kind of pull questions, and she's gonna answer, or I'll answer. We might volley back and forth. And if you have questions that come up as we're going through this, just put them in the comments and we're happy to address them today.
All right, so to start off here, we have, if my loved one is not on a nutrition program and is there a good multivitamin you recommend from your office? So as you guys know, we have a plethora of different vitamin supplements that we have here, but if there was someone that was not on a nutrition program looking for something standard, we do have a greens powder here that's what you would consider like a superfood powder. We've seen great results with it, great success, and it doesn't taste as bad as you would think most green powders do. It has a nice apple flavor. And then on top of that, you're getting your vitamins and minerals from that. On top of that, we'd also recommend some sort of fish oil. A fish oil contains essential fatty acids, which are really important for the body's function, the nervous system function, and all of that. So those would be some standard things that we could recommend for somebody who's not on a nutrition program. And if you wanted more information about those things, we would love to give you that. So if you want to come in and grab them, we would give that to you then.
Good, awesome. All right, the next question is tap water okay to drink? So we definitely recommend plenty of water and staying hydrated. Tap water, it contains a lot of chemicals for good reason. So the chemicals are there to kill off the bacteria and the nasty stuff that can make us sick that would be in the water if they didn't put chemicals into it. We don't really recommend drinking it right from the tap because the chlorine and the fluoride, the different things that are in the water, can have a negative impact on your health. So we definitely recommend filtering tap water. You can do that with something as simple as a refrigerator pitcher. I don't really recommend Brita. I don't think it does quite enough. There's a company called Zero pitchers. Those work pretty well. A step above that, but still relatively inexpensive, would be using a Berkey filter, B-E-R-K-E-Y. And a Berkey filter sits on your countertop. You put the water in the top, it filters down, and then you can have a spigot on the bottom. That'll even take out fluoride pretty well. So those would be the best recommendations without going all the way to like a whole house filter that somebody comes and installs at your house, which is a fine option if you want to go that far, but that's a bit more expensive. The other thing we do recommend, or I always recommend, is a shower filter. So just something that screws onto the shower if you have tap water or city water, and that will take out a lot of the chlorine. It really helps with how your skin feels and your hair feels, but if you have somebody with any kind of skin condition, eczema, psoriasis, just dry skin. It'll really help with that too. A good company for that is called Aquasana, Aquasana.
All right, next question. We have, all I want to do is eat. Okay, so I think this is a quarantine question. I think it's because I'm bored and stressed. Do you have any tips to stop stress eating? All right, so we know you're in the house bored, so what we want to do is work on focusing on the quality of food that you're eating. So making sure you're still eating your good quality fats and proteins, because those are going to leave you feeling the most satiated and the most full after you're eating them. And then you also want to focus on staying in a routine as much as you can, doing things like consuming enough water, staying hydrated so that you don't feel hungry, because sometimes when we tend to feel thirsty, we're feeling a hunger when we actually need to satiate that with some water, some H2O. And then on top of that, when you go to reach for a snack or you go to eat when you maybe just had some food, try to preoccupy yourself and do something different. We're coming into a nicer season in Michigan, hopefully, if it will be cooperate with us. And you can go outside, go for a walk, get some movement in. There's a ton of at-home things you can do with exercise online. Highly suggest doing those. And just find something that's appropriate for you to do to preoccupy your time a little bit. Do some puzzles, some mind games, anything you can write. All those sorts of things can really help you get your mind off of stress eating and eating when you're not actually hungry.
Excellent. All right. So the next one is it true that a glass of wine a day is good for you? No, but a bottle is.
I love it.
So it's true that red wine in particular does have some health benefits because it has antioxidants and it has resveratrol, some different things that are found in the compounds in grapes. So, yes, but only if it's red wine and it's super good quality. So you have to get clean wines. So looking for a biodynamic wine, looking for definitely organic. And there's some that are imported and there's a few that are domestic as well. There used to be a good company that I recommended that would deliver to your house. However, they don't deliver to Michigan anymore. Something changed with the laws. So just looking up a good biodynamic or organic wine and something that's verified for quality. So they're looking for, regular wines are loaded with pesticides. They add chemicals to them. They even add food coloring to them. So when you drink wine and your teeth get stained, that's not the wine. A good wine doesn't actually do that. It's like when you get purple mouth, that's because of the stuff added in to make it look that color. So just make sure it's good quality, a glass, please, not a bottle, and make sure you stay hydrated. That's my 2 cents.
Awesome. All right. Okay, the next question is, why is exercise good for the immune system? Awesome. So exercise is really important because it keeps you well in general. So moving your body, perspirating a few times a week keeps our body healthy. In particular, it really works on our respiratory systems, our circulatory systems, and what that can do is help our body better able to transport nutrients. It helps the immune system fight off different bugs because it can help with our white blood cell count. So in return, bug, that's better able to help our body fight off any foreign invaders that are coming in. And also what it does is it helps move the lymph system, which is in charge of getting rid of a lot of toxic things within our body, such as bugs and immune challenges, and things like toxic chemicals, toxic metals. So our lymph system doesn't move on its own. We have to move it ourselves. So things like jumping up and down, getting up and down off the floor moves the lymph, helps us move our lymph. So then in return, we're helping detoxify our body and keeping our bodies clean and having a safe environment for our bodies to be able to fight off foreign invaders more easily.
Excellent. All right, next. What is the difference between your supplements and the ones I can get at the vitamin shop or GNC or anywhere else? Excellent question. All right, so the supplements that we use here in the office, first of all, they're the ones that I've used for over a decade. We only use things that work, that are of the highest quality. They're all made in the USA with the exception of one line that is imported from Germany. But otherwise, they're all domestically made, which if you're paying any attention right now to the news, you'll know why that's really important. So we don't get any products that are made in China or imported from other countries that might not be having as stringent of quality standards. A lot of the supplements that we use, I've actually been to the processing plant, actually, know the owners, have seen the facilities, and know that they're only of the highest quality and integrity. So there's that. One is quality, and the other one is results. So like I said, I've been using these supplement lines for a long period of time, and they get results. If something, I tried different things over the years. People have recommended to me, oh, you have to use this, you have to use that. I try them out. I don't find that they test well, or I don't find that I get good standard results. I don't use them anymore. So that's another important distinction. And then first and foremost is that the actual nutrients and the actual products that are contained in the supplements are not necessarily made in a lab. Some of them are. We have some things that are more of a lab-made vitamin. Most of them come from food, whole herbs, or herbal extracts. And that's important because making something in a lab is never going to be as good as what you can get from nature. So when you look at standard process, for instance, standard process vitamins are made from vegetables, plants, they're made from animal parts, but they're all actual food, and they're just concentrated into food form, or supplement form rather. So by doing that, you're actually getting what nature intended. You're getting the things that actually repair your organs, not just vitamin C and a part of the vitamin C complex. So there's a few different reasons why we use what we use, but it's very different than what you can purchase in a store or how things are formulated in general. So, yeah.
All right, I'll have to agree with it. All right, next question is, I tripped while walking my dog and skinned my knees, and I ache all over. What can I do? So to go off this with any soreness in general, first you could start off with an easy Epsom salt bath. So that magnesium is really relaxing to the body, helps the muscles relax and heal. Another supplement that you could use to help with that would be like some collagen. So collagen powder is great for a multitude of things, but in particular it helps tissues and joints and things like that heal and feel better. So it helps with cartilage, it helps with joints, it helps with ligaments. It's going to help with those body aches. And then when it comes to scrapes and such, you could use something, one of our favorite products to just keep in your natural medicine cabinet would be some colloidal silver. So silver is really good at fighting off bacterial infections and things like that. It's really great for styes. Along with that, it's so safe to use in your eye. Shannon's actually used it with baby Sophia when she had a sty going on. Could use it spray it right on her eye, and it cleared it right up. So that's a great one to have in your natural medicine cabinet. And then you also could use different oils. Lavender is really great. It's soothing, it's relaxing. It'd be something that you could put on your achy body. Or I just thought of our magnesium oil and lotions are perfect too. Those are great. I use them post-workouts because the next day we tend to be a little sore. So those are good for sore and achy muscles or an achy body as well.
Yeah, I recommend everybody has the colloidal silver spray in their medicine cabinet. All scrapes, all cuts, all anything, even if you have a sore tooth, if you have a scrape on, acne, any of that stuff, because it kills off microbes. So it'll help prevent infection, but it'll also help to clear stuff out that's already there. Excellent. All right, this says, what are some of your favorite meals? All of them. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So some meal ideas. Ooh. Okay. Right now, I'm doing my husband and I are doing the purification program. It's a 21-day purification program from Standard Process. So it's a very clean diet. We are eating protein like chicken and beef, but we're also mostly eating vegetables, some fruit. So within that realm, and that's pretty much how we eat anyway. Like sometimes we'll have other stuff kind of added in, but that's mostly pretty much what makes up our diet anyhow. One of our two standbys at my house, because they're really fast and I usually have all the ingredients on hand, would be spaghetti and tacos. which sounds not that healthy.
I was just gonna say tacos.
Yeah.
Tacos are so good.
Yeah, we pump it up a notch, right?
Yeah.
So when I make spaghetti, for the noodles, we mix it up, different things. So we have chickpea shells. I like lentil pasta, so it's like spaghetti. There's almond flour pasta that you can get that's really amazing. There's gluten-free ravioli. I mean, you can kind of like get creative depending on what your food sensitivities are. You can even use just zucchini spiralized. So when zucchini's in season, we'll do that. We'll make that into noodles. So that's your base. And then what you want to do is, especially if you're having a little carbohydrate heavy noodle, because even something gluten-free is going to be higher in carbohydrates, you always want to have more sauce on top than you have noodles. So when I make sauce, I personally, we really like the sugar-free Whole Foods. So Whole Foods 365 brand is a sugar-free sauce. It's all organic, really good quality, tastes great. There's other good ones out there. Costco usually has some sugar-free pasta sauce, which we also like. So I get a sugar-free pasta sauce, and then I just take whatever vegetables are in the refrigerator. And it doesn't have to be something that you normally think about for spaghetti. So I'll take broccoli, sliced carrots, zucchini, kale that's shredded, like literally whatever you have. Always mushrooms, because those are Sophia's favorite, and she eats all of them, so I have to put in double, or else I don't get any.
Sophia.
I know. And then you can also, I always like to put in olives or artichokes, because that kind of makes it a little saltier, a little more flavor. Of course, garlic, you can add in whatever extra seasoning you like. So I just saute, first brown up beef. I've used chicken. So whatever meat you have going around. So whatever protein you have, make that first, add the vegetables in on top of it, get those all sauteed, add in the sauce. In the meantime, cook the noodles. So I can have all of that done, cleaned, chopped, cooked, and ready to go, and dishes put away in about 20 minutes. I'm good.
Efficient.
Mm-hmm. And then I usually have leftovers. So that's one thing. And then for tacos, to elevate tacos, good quality beef, or whatever, you can use chicken, you can use lamb, whatever you like. But really good quality meat. We use the siete shells, S-I-E-T-E, that's the tortillas. So they have all different varieties. We like the chickpea flour or the almond flour tortillas. Then a good quality meat, we use the organic taco seasoning, so it doesn't have any of the junk added in. And then whatever, sometimes we'll have black beans. We always have salsa, avocado, either lettuce or sometimes chopped cabbage. That's kind of a nice variation. Good quality salsa on top, and hot sauce, of course. So again, I can have that done in about 10 minutes. And we do shredded cheese. We use goat cheese in my house because we don't really tolerate cow's dairy very well. It's up to you. You don't even need cheese, quite frankly, at that point.
Yeah.
They're pretty good, but anyway, those are probably our two favorite go-tos, but how to make them healthier.
Yeah, for sure. Totally agree about the taco thing. The siete shells are really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they even have hard shells. That's a nice option too. So,
Yes, absolutely.
I'll go off breakfast then. So a couple of my favorites for breakfast that are pretty easy. We're always on the go and in a hurry. A lot of us tend to either skip out on breakfast or we're not hungry in the morning. So a couple of my favorite options I always tell patients. The first one would be to have a fat coffee. So if you haven't heard of what a fat coffee is, you could refer to it as a fat coffee or a bulletproof coffee. They kind of go hand in hand. But what I do is I take our organo coffee that we have here. It contains Ganoderma mushrooms, which are immune boosting, so a really great way to start your day. And then on top of that, I add in some of our collagen. And in particular, I really like the chocolate collagen because it gives it like a mocha flavor. But we have a couple options like vanilla if you're more a vanilla person, or regular plain collagen so you wouldn't even taste it. And then I personally put in a nice few spoonfuls of butter and some coconut oil, and then I put it in a blender and blend it up, and it gets nice and frothy. Feels like a nice fancy drink from the coffee shop, but I made it right at home, and it's a little more cost effective, and it's much more healthier for me. I know there's no added sugar or added chemicals, anything like that. And it's really great because it contains everything that you need for your brain and your body to get started for the day. So you have your healthy fats, which are really essential for our brain to start waking up and start functioning. And you could use a few options for your fats are butter, coconut oil, MCT oil. If you tolerate it, that's more of a intense fat, so if you wanted to get tested on that, I would recommend doing that before you actually try it. And then also the collagen gives you your protein support, so protein is really important in the morning as well, gets the body up and going. If you're not a coffee person, other things that are good for breakfast, I really like these like egg muffins, I guess you could call them, because you can kind of get a lot in them for what you're making. So you just have, you know, your cupcake tin or your muffin tin, and you take your eggs, so you have eggs, you can put some sausage in there, some bacon, and then you can throw whatever veggies you want. So kind of like Shannon said with the spaghetti, like whatever you have in your pantry or your fridge, like throw it in there, you know, peppers, onions, spinach, all of that, broccoli, put it in, whisk them up, and then you put them into the trays and bake them. And so let's say, you know, you have a tray of 12, there's 12 muffins, and then whatever you're not eating that specific day, you can store overnight, and you have your breakfast for X amount of days, so that you're not worried about what you're eating in the morning. You just have it, it's ready to go, you can grab it and go. And then one more thing I'll say for breakfast that I really like that mixes it up is some chia pudding. So I really like chia pudding because it's different, number one, and we can spice it up with a little bit of collagen to add in some protein. So you can take a mason jar and you take 1 cup of, I use non-dairy milk, so I'll use something like almond milk usually, or if I use coconut milk, I'll take the canned coconut milk, add water to it so it's not so dense, but you can use some almond milk. I like the brand Milk, M-A-L-K, because it has 0 junk in it, 0 additives. It's like literally almonds, water, and salt, which is ideal, because a lot of alternative milks are really starting to become popular, so they're adding more junk into them to preserve them longer so that they have longer shelf life and all that. So you want to look at the ingredients on those, please. So I do a cup of that, and then I believe it is 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, and then it's a tablespoon of maple syrup. I use to sweeten mine, but again, you could use a sweetener, a different sweetener like stevia or coconut sugar, anything like that. And then you can use vanilla extract for a vanilla flavored chia pudding. You could use cocoa powder, pure cocoa powder, for more of a chocolate. And then I throw in one of the collagens in there as well to add that protein to it. So you've got your good fat from your chia seeds and your milk of choice, and then you're gonna get really good protein source from the collagen that you're adding in. Those are some of my favorite breakfasts.
Amazing.
Right?
All right, we're gonna do one more question because now I need a snack.
We're getting hungry over here.
Starving over here, okay. Let me see. Oh, here's a good one because this is seasonal. I got a terrible sunburn last weekend. It itches and hurts. What can I do to get relief? So we have several things that we would recommend. Aloe. I think everyone thinks of aloe for burns, like if you were to burn yourself on the stove, which is true, especially directly from a plant. It's a little bit harder if you have like all over sunburn to use a plant. You can use a plant. We actually have aloe as a supplement in a container, and it's liquid, so that works amazingly well to really ease sunburn pain. You can do the aloe that you buy at the store, like the gel stuff. It has all kinds of other junk added into it. It's really hard to find pure aloe. Just a heads up on that. So if you have some in your cabinet, check it first, because a lot of times there's some garbage added in. Sometimes you can put in green food coloring to make it green.
Bright blue.
I don't know. The other thing that we like would be lavender. So coconut oil, with or without lavender, can be very helpful as well. So just straight coconut oil or add in a little bit of lavender essential oil. We like Young Living because of the quality. That works amazingly well for all itches, including insect bites, including poison ivy, including sunburn. We do have a sunburn or suntan protocol, I'd like to say. So there's a couple of supplements from Standard Process that we do recommend for people when it's starting to get warm and sunny out. So it's Cataplex F pearls and calcium lactate. So if you want more information on that, specifically how to take those, we can certainly help you with that. Just shoot us an email. We're happy to get back to you on the specifics. But there's things you can take internally to prevent and also to minimize the effects of a sunburn. But then topically, those are our favorite things.
Just to vouch off of that too, the Cataplex F pearls and the calcium lactate. I've been to the Maldives, which is right on the equator, and Hawaii, both on those protocols. and I got slightly burned the first day. I'm a very white person, very pale skin, so I got slightly sunburned, but the rest of the trip I was able to enjoy myself, be out in the sun, because that helped me just absorb the sun, and it was just right, just what I needed for sure.
Awesome. All right, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate your questions. Certainly, if you have more questions, put them in the comments. We'll get that email to you as how you can call in, write into order supplements. And if you need anything else from us at all, please don't hesitate to ask.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Have a good day.
Everyone have a good weekend.